In this chess guide, you will learn to go from this to this. This guide is focused on teaching beginners the fundamentals of the game. We will cover the basics of the board and pieces, as well as how the game is played. Firstly, the bottom left square should be a dark colored square. The first piece we have is the pawn. With them, you will fill the second row with one color and the second last row with another. Next, the rooks will go in the corners on their respective sides, in the first and last rows. The next piece, the knight, will be placed next to the rooks, along with the bishops next to them. At this point, only two pieces are left, the king and the queen. Take the queens and put them on the remaining square that matches their own color, meaning white's queen on the light square and black's queen on the dark square. Next, do the opposite for the kings. Also keep in mind that in chess, white will always make the first move. Starting with the pawn, it can only move forward, yet captures diagonally. Capturing is when a piece moves to a spot occupied by another piece, removing it from the game. There are two more pawn rules, the first being that any pawn which is not already moved can advance 2 spaces instead of just 1. Also, if a pawn manages to reach the end of the board, it will transform into an upgraded piece, excluding the king. Knights move in the shape of an L, going 2 squares in one direction before turning to the left or right. They are also the only piece that can jump over other pieces, as seen in this example. The bishop moves diagonally. However, they can travel as far as they want across the board. Rooks are the opposite, traveling up, down, left, and right for as many squares as you choose. The queen can travel in any direction for as many squares as you wish. The last piece is the king, which is a weaker version of the queen. It can also move in any direction, but only 1 square at a time. Each player's goal is to take turns trying to capture the opponent's king. There are 2 terms to describe the state of the king when being captured. Check is the term for when the king is being threatened with capture. The player whose king is under attack has a few options in this situation, such as moving away, blocking the attack, or capturing the attacker. The second term, checkmate, is when the game ends. This happens when the king is in check and cannot escape without being captured. In unique situations, the game may end in a draw, which is known as stalemate. This happens when it is a player's turn but they have no legal moves. For example, if a queen has cornered the enemy king in a way where it is not in check, but also has no other available moves on the board, the game ends and neither player wins. Hopefully this guide has succeeded in showing you everything you need to get started with chess. With this information, practicing is the next best way to improve. By practicing, you will develop your own ideas about the game and rapidly improve your understanding. Thanks for watching.